Now we learned we're going to get a fifth season of Insecure. Look at that.
Hey, what's funny is one of the comments was like, I mean, congratulations on Insecure, but I don't even know if she's gonna make it. I'm like, nigga, wait till the end of the season. Wow, y'all just gonna write me off season 5? Y'all just gonna write me off? They're like, because the way Molly's acting.
Wow. Well, I mean, let's just get into it, because right as of the taping of this, I mean, I think we're 3 or 4 episodes into season 4, and as we talked about a second ago, you guys took Black Twitter on an experience with Lawrence and Issa, and now it's Molly and Issa going through their rough patch in their friendship. What do you think this conflict kind of added to the show?
I think it added that realness, right? We all have those friends that we've either lost or we've bounced back from in terms of, it's like, man, we was going through it, and thankfully we used our words and now we're back. But then we have those friendships that's like, yeah, no, I don't talk to so-and-so no more. No, it didn't work. And I think the reason why people are having such a visceral reaction to it is because they remember. They know. They too have that girlfriend or that homie that they're like, nah, man, I ain't even mess with Bruce like that no more. What happened? Man, me and Bruce, I just don't ever with him like that no more. Like, why you asking questions? It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I think in our own ways, we've been members of this particular relationship, either on the Issa side or the Molly side, and it's just like the little things, the little hurts that we never address, the little nuances, the little jabs that you let slide until one day you're like, so what we not gonna do is this no more. And I think because either people have gotten on the other side of that, they see where this is going, and they're like, please, y'all don't want to do it. It's kind of, when you become a parent, I'm not a parent either, but I hear this just like, I've been 13. You don't want to, please don't do this. Like, it's not going to end well for you. And I think they are just trying to keep us from going into like head-on collision. And everybody got to learn their lessons. And I think this friendship has to learn its lesson and go through its own process and see if there's any remedy to it or not.
In real life, though, you and Issa seem to have a lot of really good chemistry. Why do you guys connect so much?
Cause, man, like, Issa's the dopest person in the world. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, I like making people laugh. She enjoys laughing. Like, it's just, we're the perfect, like, yin to yang. Like, Issa's very smart and very, just so community oriented. She's just like, she wants to see everybody win. But then she's also very awkward. And I'm like, I want to see everybody win, but I'm like, what up, though? And it's just like, okay, so put us together, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time. And she's just an easy person to love, to be honest. Like, Issa's an easy person to love. And she's been knowing me, she found out about me in 2008 when I was literally only doing comedy. I put out a thing on YouTube and about the Obamas. Yeah, it was right before he clinched the election, going back to my good friend, I call him President B-Rock. And she saw it, and because she's half Senegalese, she was like, oh my gosh, this chick is very funny. She's making kind of fun of the Obamas and the Africans, and I get it on this level. And then, Awkward Black Girl came out 2011 when I got to LA. I soaked it all up, and then we actually met. Then I moved to LA in 2012, and we were just like circling around each other. She would see me hosting. She would come to my early comedy shows. And so it was just one of those things of just like, I see you, Black girl. I see you, Black girl. All right, well, you kill it. And girl, you kill it too. And it was just this support when there were no stakes. It was just like, look at people who are like here, as opposed to, when people will be like, I want to get to that person up there. It's like, it's too late by the time they get up there. So you better know who's right here with you. And that was it. And she vouched for me. Like, I think when I was auditioning for Insecure, I had like one big credit to my name, but I had just put out the trailer for the show First Gen that I was trying to sell at the time. And I've like written it, directed it, edited. Like, it was just like, I was like involved in the process every which way. And she was just like, I mean, and let's see what she can do. It was like, at that time I had like I didn't have an agent, but I had like a manager that like I hip pocketed, and he like submitted me, but it was like, what happens to Steve Chick? Like, what can she do? And, you know, after 5 auditions, it was like, y'all see what I can do. No, that was not it. I was crying. I was like, please, God, make them see what I can do, please.
Yeah, you talked about that before, about how it was a very strenuous, stressful process to get this role. I mean, at least you seem to kind of indicate it was so stressful that you thought about kind of, you know, giving up a little bit.
Man, I thought about giving up before I even auditioned. I was like 2014 was the roughest year. Roughest year. Okay, that's what it is.
That might not be your testimony, but it's okay.
No, the Mariah Carey had. Every time you like honey. Yeah, I'm gonna find it. And you know, I lost it for a little bit, but I'm gonna pick it back up. No, it was rough. It was like, maybe this is not for me, and like we don't have to live this life. Like I want to eat, like often, many times in a day. And even the process, like for Insecure, it was like a 2-month auditioning process, 5 auditions. There were no guarantees, like at all. And then it was just like, yo, man, I did it. And like I think they saw, don't quote me, but I feel like they saw like over 100. They saw a lot of people from Mali. They saw a crap ton of people from Mali. And it came down to 3 of us. And it was just like, and you know, I didn't know. I walked out of HBO crying because I was like, well, you know, God, we got this far only to be let down. Ain't that about something? You know, like boy, I tell you, you are something else, Jesus. You are something else. And then I got the call and I was like, for real? So, you know,
it was like, see, Jesus, I knew you was going to look out. I knew.
As I was walking in my car with tears in my eyes, the Holy Spirit said, I'm working behind the scenes for your favor. You don't even know what I'm doing. And I interpreted that to be like, yeah, because when one door closes, another door opens. I get it. You're going to open a window. Like I was reading the Holy Spirit like, baby girl, I got you, to be like, if not this, then Lord, something else. You know, like I just, at that point, I was like, I got, you got to give me something, Jesus. And, you know, then I found out it was this. And I was like, you know what? When I tell you the way my God is set up.
Then it was all back on. But the thing about Mali is that Mali is not really like who you actually are. And she's done things like I'm sure you haven't done or personally experienced. So how were you able to kind of bring her character to life? What you have an inspiration?
Well, I will say I have never done Mali, like the drug. So that Coachella episode, I was like, how do people act high? Like what is how, like if I were to be just like out of my mind, and also like why are we doing this? Like when she said I don't want to be high no more, I was like, so you can't control the level of high, like when you want it to stop. There's not. Somebody told me, they were like, yeah, no, I was high for like 8 hours and like I missed work the next day. I was like, hold on, I cannot not have control of my body. Like I just did not understand. I was like, so why is this fun again? It was like, man, I didn't know. I just took too much of a dose. I was like, hey, me high for 8 hours is not possible. Like I just didn't understand how that works. I was definitely being like, okay, information gathering and like, what's the sensation? What's the feel? And you know, that scene where she was like, I don't want to be high no more. I was like, I tapped into like how upset I would be if I was like trying to get work done. I don't want to be high no more. I don't. So, you know, the things that, and you know, I've said this before, like even season 1, when I was supposed to have my first sex scene with Jared, there was a costumer who was watching, you know, us in one of the takes, and she was like, come here. Her name is Miss Da. Mm-hmm. She's amazing. But she was like, baby, you all are offbeat, and I will not have it. I said, Miss Da. She's like, come to the bathroom. I said, what? And so Miss Da took me to the bathroom, and she was like, now you got to let the man lead. I said, am I about to assume the position right now in this bathroom with this Black woman? And I sure enough did. And she was like, you got it. Now go be great. And I was like, well, thank you so much for this lesson. I didn't know I needed, but copy.
And you learned a lot about Miss Di in the process.
Miss Di, you were free. Miss Di, you
You're like, that's how you can know, huh? Okay. Is there a Mr. Down? Like, we see what?
Hey, I'm like, now what did you, who's fucking who did it? Oh, I heard. Yes, but no, I mean, I think at the heart of Molly, I think that's what I tap into. It's just like her essence. And I think we've all had Molly moments. You know, we've all been that chick that's like, yeah, I'm trying to be a boss. But at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe my methods and my tactics of trying to be a boss need to be edited. Okay, maybe I need to go to therapy to work on some issues I didn't know I had. You know, so I think we've all been a version of Molly, and so what I'm able to tap into is her humanity. You know, that you can learn the stuff you don't know or you're not familiar with, but I tap into her humanity. I'm like, oh, I understand her motivation for doing things, right or wrong.